women are being violated in different forms, which some of them even they don't understand. Before I came to understand it's abusive relationship, it took me time. There is no small or big abuse. Abuse is an abuse. There is no rehearsal of death.
Violence against women and girls is one of the most prevalent human rights violations in the world. Worldwide, an estimated 1 in 3 women will experience physical or sexual abuse in her lifetime. Have you ever experienced GBV? Please share with us so that we can also share your story. Today, I am joined with one beautiful lady who is going to introduce herself.
Thank you. My name is Mary Mugura. I'm a paralegal, grassroots community rights defender. I fight for people's rights where they're being infringed, women and girls. Yes.
So why are you a paralegal? Why did you want to be an activist, or why are you an activist?
I'm an activist. It is in me. And the reason why I joined other activists, it's because of what I was going through. Through empowerment, I came to realize that women are being violated in different forms, which some of them even they don't understand if it is violence. Yes, sometimes you find that people are suffering from mental. You're being abused verbally by somebody, you're being tortured mentally, maybe verbally, physically, but you're just taking it as it's normal. Yes. But my duty on the ground is to inform them, give them information, how your rights are not supposed to be infringed by anybody, and even showing them what is violence and what is the abuse, at least so that they can understand themselves. Yeah.
Are you comfortable to share with us your story?
Actually, I suffered physically and emotionally. I used to be in a relationship which was very abusive. Before I came to understand it's abusive relationship, it took me time. So somebody else helped me with the information. What you're going through is not good. What you're supposed to do to defend yourself. The man I was living with used to beat me, and also sometimes he'll come and get me outside. He will abuse me with very big words. So when you're left alone, those things they start coming back, ringing again and again. That's how you realize that you are mentally and emotionally abused.
And how did you step up to the whole situation, to the whole violence stuff?
As I joined Hostess, I was taken through trainings.
When was that?
I joined 99. From 99, I've been working with Hostess. That's where I got empowerment. I was trained, I was given information, how I should take care of myself, how I will heal, the process of counseling, and that's how I was able to come out of that abusive relationship. Yes, because I came to realize that the more you are trying to save something, you're killing yourself. So the information that I give people, don't let relationship kill you. Better kill the relationship and you save yourself. That's where most of the times you find that girls are messing up themselves because you are not ready. You are not ready, and you are not accepting even what you are going through. It is an abuse. But when you get information, when you get empowered, you'll be able even to save other girls. Yes.
Okay, so tell me about violence and sex workers. What are those natures of cases you collect in day-to-day life?
In sex work, the cases that I collect, most of them are physically abused and also verbal. Because you'll find out there is a client who wants to go and spend time with the sex worker. He's not willing to pay the right amount the sex worker is asking for. Or maybe he agreed that I will pay you this and this certain of money. Then when they go, he refuses to pay back. Now it is now physically. Those cases are so many, and also even we have lost some girls. They are dead. Those cases we do them follow up, and we make sure the case it's being heard in court. And we have 2 cases of murder cases. One we won. The justice was At least we had justice. The other one is going on.
Tell me about those cases. What are those stories, similar stories, yeah, of girls that have been violated, and you fought, or you mitigated the issues, and they came up to be champions?
There are some cases that we do follow up, and we are being supported by others. Us as paralegal, our duty is to make sure that we are following the right procedure, and this girl is being helped in a way where she will get justice. But for example, I'll give you another one of the case that a lady was being beaten by a police officer, and he had some godfather. So this case was so, we had a hard time to follow that case, because even me myself, my life was being threatened by these police people. The lady who was filing the case, she was being threatened by the police. When you go to the police station, you're not even being heard. So you find that sex workers, sometimes they'll come up to you and tell you, I want to file this case. But all of a sudden in the middle, the sex workers disappear. After doing some follow-up, you heard that she was being threatened. This officer sent other officers, sent some strange people. That's why you feel, you find out that some cases are being left in the middle because of the threat. But us as paralegal, we do our duty to make sure that the lady is safe, the case is ongoing. Yeah.
And you always achieve justice.
We always achieve justice, but through toughness.
What is justice to you?
Justice to me is when, for example, like that case I've told you of murder case, the time that we did the follow-up from mention, from hearing and everything, and the boy was sentenced to death, that I felt it is a justice, because he cannot bring back the dead body, but at least he's going to serve lifetime sentence in prison. So for me, that is a justice.
What are those challenges that you face as a paralegal when you are mitigating those cases?
The challenges we face most of the time is threatening words from maybe the perpetrator. When a case maybe is from the police officer, the police officer takes advantage of the situation because he's in the law. Now he'll just start threatening you as a paralegal and threatening the sex worker. It becomes so challenging for us. I have been in the city mortuary like 4 times, watching over the post-mortem when it's done. Those things don't disappear easily. Because when you are alone, they come back. You'll start seeing that body was like this, it was messed up like this. So even us, sometimes we need somebody to talk to unleash what you are going through.
How do you deal with the police on the ground?
Dealing with the police, we have been doing sensitization in the police stations, whereby we go and request the OCS or officer in charge of the station to give us the police who are always on the ground. And we do train them. We do have one-on-one talk between sex workers and the police. We try to give them information, because they are the one who are supposed to give us security. Despite we are sex workers, they are the one who are supposed to give us security. So we came up with that idea of sensitizing them.
What kind of empowerment do you offer to sex workers so that they do not face GBV?
We usually give them information on human rights. When you talk to them on human rights case information, you tell them you're right. When somebody, you're not supposed to be forced to have sex with somebody if you're not willing. And when you talk to the customer and he agrees that this amount, you're supposed to be paid this amount, the client should not take advantage of the time and change the story. So we try as much as to give them the information how they should protect themselves and how even them they should not violate clients' rights.
Oh wow, that is interesting. Let me take you back to your story where you said you were in a relationship and you used to be assaulted by your husband or your partner, and how I was just wondering how gender-based violence can manifest in a relationship, especially those people that are married.
Actually, we have physical abuse, emotional, sexually. you will find that this woman is married to a man who's taking advantage of the time. When I mean advantage of the time, he will come back home. I don't feel sick. I don't feel aroused. I don't want to have sex. He will force me. Many women don't know that is being abused. So when you're talking to married people, many suffer even emotionally, verbally. This guy is not even giving you money for food. He's not feeding you. He's not feeding your children. He's using abusive language in the house. At any time when you're talking, maybe you're asking for financially support, he will use verbal words which will hurt you. They don't understand that is an abuse. So when you're talking about marriages, those cases are very many. And that's why sometimes you hear that certain and certain family, they killed each other. You pile up the story, you pile up the things that your husband is telling you, or you pile up the things that your wife is telling you, and you end up damaging each other because of the emotional.
Oh yeah.
Others they will start fighting. Maybe you serve him food, he start beating you with the food, also using verbal words that are hurting. So many women or girls who are getting into marriages, we usually encourage them, when you see your husband is high, come low. Try to know how to balance when you're talking. Avoid things that will provoke him, so that even him, when he provoke you, just try and control yourself so that you won't end up being beaten.
Have you seen changes in terms of breaking the barrier to access to justice when it comes to victims of gender-based violence? Where are we at?
Actually, there is a change. For somebody who wants to get justice, she will get justice. But there is somebody who will tell you she wants to get justice, in the same time she is not ready. So on my side, I'll say that we are trying as much as to break that barrier, but some of the women, they keep it for themselves. They just block themselves, because you will support her to go and get justice, then later on she'll come back behind you and say, I don't want the case, I just want to keep my man and everything, sort of that. So even them,
how do you deal with that now?
Before I take you to the station, you have to show me you are willing and you are ready to continue with that journey. And I will tell you point blank, this journey is not as short and it is not as smooth. So when we start, be ready to go on with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the last message you want to tell the audience? Your parting shot. What's your parting shot?
Okay, what I can tell the audience, whoever is watching, there is no small or big abuse. Abuse is an abuse. And when you feel that you are not comfortable in that relationship of a boyfriend or baby daddy, whatever you call it, just step out. There is no rehearsal of death.
Thank you so much for being with us until now. I hope that it has been an informative venue for you. Please like and share, subscribe, and join me to the next session next week. We're going to talk about adolescents, girls, and young women. Ciao.